It is clear that we have another sensational result. It's Wang Hao who suddenly keeps winning. It does. I don't think there's many people who can say that they beat the world's number one and the world champion in 2 consecutive days.
Really made me out of my expectations.
How do you do that?
Without technical preparation, maybe.
No, without technical preparation. So you were fairly unprepared today?
Nope, but I was trying to maybe prepare something more psychologically.
For today's game?
Yeah.
A psychological approach?
Yes.
Yeah. And what did that consist of?
No, just try to play some decent moves and make things in control and just not lose sense like what I did in first and third rounds.
I see. Well, maybe you can show the game. Simon, you've run off. Simon, don't leave us alone.
Maybe he's hungry.
He's hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because it.
Because this opening, also surprised myself because I think I had never played this. C4, C5, knight C3, T6 in about 10 years. So it also surprised myself because I only knew this idea, and once I played by black and against some 2,400 player and played quite badly with black, and I thought this might be playable because it's very stable. This is looks very harmless for black. If he plays castle d6, it's also quite nothing special then. But I was expecting to play something normal and try to play solidly and wait for something.
What do you take with if you take some d4?
Yeah, I'll take a d4, I play d5 or simply I'll go c5. I don't know what happens here. I think it's very close to equal also. Yeah, and d5 I believe is very logical because what I played was something like castle and d6, which was kind of passive in my game with black. So d5 was probably better move, I believe. And I believe this idea is, the most logical continuation. Knight a4, it looks a little bit of strange, but to play with this c6 pawn and c5 square, castle, and b sharp f5. Yeah, this is also very logical means to stop queen c2 at any moment. I thought, if I don't go this g4, I have to play for anyway. I thought g4 was probably the best move in this position. If bishop d2, just knight b6, knight c3 and bishop d3, and I believe only black can be better here. And if f3, I believe black will simply go knight b6 and knight c5. If knight c5, just queen d6, and black is better. So g4 was pretty fast, I believe. g4, bishop e6 and e4. And here I believe that knight b6 was more solid. Knight c5, and I was expecting this line, queen d6, because if you play bishop c4, then probably will take on c4, but if you take on d1, then I have bishop f7 with check. So knight c4, and I'll play king e2. I don't know the position. Probably it's about equal. Okay, but I believe at least the my position cannot be worse anyway. So also I believe here maybe this was the best take on d1. Firstly, rook d1, then bishop c4, and trying to create some problems for white, like this idea. I believe this is almost about equal, so maybe king e1. This looks very Jewish actually. But I believe knight b4 was maybe a little bit of, overestimate some play ball, mainly this move. But here, of course, bishop a2 was a big blunder, and afterwards it's just terrible for black. And here I thought queen d1 would be the best move after rook d1, bishop a2. I'm planning to go this, bishop d2, a5, and bishop c3. I thought this position should be maybe okay, still equal, but I believe that white has some better chances. I mean, during the game, because he cannot play rook d8, and my rook's coming to d7 anytime, and although he's a pawn up, but this knight and bishop is kind of stupid. And thought, okay, probably this is draw, but it's playable anyway. But what happened was completely out of my expectation. Bishop a2, and suddenly I found my position is clearly winning. After queen a4, queen d4, and he probably missed queen a5. And after queen a5, his black lose material anyway. Rook d8 probably was the best. I don't know what to do because rook d1 is coming. And I believe king d2 was very clever and to avoid check. And
What about rook d1 right away?
Yeah, I mean rook d1's okay. This I was thinking like maybe knight c2. I don't know, queen a4.
Queen e4.
Yeah, that's probably also winning, but I wasn't so sure what happens. I mean, I thought king d2 just gain one tempo, and why not? And I played, okay, if rook a8, rook d1, take, and bishop 4. This is completely winning for white. So bishop c4 was very fast. Rook d1, rook queen d, bishop e2, rook d4, bishop e3, rook c4, and black had to give the exchange. If bishop c, because here, if you play rook c2, queen b4, bishop c3, then play queen b7, and I'm a rook up. And I was even considering about this bishop c3, which looks very tempting, because if I play rook c1 and black has knight c2, and suddenly black has a good position. But here I have some very exact moves, and which I believe will win some material. So this is very important. And next move followed by queen a1, so knight c2 was first. And play queen a2. If you play here bishop d1, then here I believe win anyway. I mean queen b2 f6 and queen b7 still lost. So knight d4 was very first, and queen a1. Bishop f3. If here king g3 and bishop c3 and the black is good, okay. But I have king h3, and if bishop f2 and queen f1. I mean, it's amazing. Bishop is trapped. So black had to give the exchange rook c5, bishop c5, and the rest was something about just little technique. Queen c5, e5, and here if Queen c6, I wasn't sure this move is good or not, but if Rook c8, for example, Queen b7 and bishop f8, and I mean has some activity. Black has some activity, and okay, I was trying to counter everything to Rook d3 firstly. Next move take on c6. I mean Rook c8, then I took on e7, and here if bishop e6, and I have Rook d6 to destroy everything of black. Because here my plan was to play b4 and Rook c3 and Queen b7, b5 to take the pawn. So black had to keep his pawn on c5 by playing bishop f8 and Queen b7, c5 and Rook d5, which was very important, I believe, and to weaken the king side of black. It's threatening to take on e5, so no, but I didn't like f6, but it's very difficult for black anyway. f6, I think it's black, white wins very easily. Rook d2, Rook e8, the rest is very simple.
When it goes to the bishop to h5, it must be very simple. But you played very precise there because all the other players thought that you were about to ruin the banquet and so on, and then this game would go on forever because they thought it was so difficult. But you managed to do it very simple. So
yes.
Some very, very precise moves around there.
Yes, the first move was Rook d5. And to weaken this king side, and f6, Rook d2. Followed by Rook a2, Rook a7, and you have to, because I believe black is not in time to move his bishop to f7 here.
Yes.
For example, if you play bishop e6 and just go Rook a2, if Rook e8 and I go this Queen. No, if you move this play like this and still, it's not going on forever. I believe it's a simple win because black has no moves here, and I probably will play something like f3, and h4 for the kings are moved to the queen side, and then maybe sometime just take bishop somewhere.
Yeah.
I believe it's a simple win because I can simply play something like this, and black has no moves. Like Queen b7. No, but Rook e8, this is Rook e7, and somehow now, his bishop is just out of the game. Rook f7, and bishop cannot go to e6 anyway afterwards. And I was thinking about bishop d7 actually. I thought this was the best defense because I don't think I can trap this guy like Rook. No. Okay, King d7, but I will play like this, and I believe Darren will have to play something like d5 and King d6, King d7, stay and follow the same plan, to move my king somewhere, and I believe this is very easy. This is a very easy win.
Okay.
No, but after I have bishop h5, and the task of white was even much easier. I just take this Rook f8 and King c5, and the b pawn is simply unstoppable.
Yes.
d5 and b4, and here it's done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. As said, it's pretty unique. You defeat the world number one, and then you defeat the world champion. I guess you must feel happy. You felt very happy yesterday.
Yes, and normally No, just kind of too much because yesterday, like two good things happened together, and today still something. I mean, some fortunate is still going on.
Yeah, yesterday you were amazed that two good things happened on the same day because you won the game against Magnus and you got these beautiful trousers, and you simply cannot believe that this continued today. Well, it did. We were following your game here, and Levin Aronian, your good friend, he said, well, you know how he's a moody player. It just depends on his mood. He can be brilliant, but if he can have his lazy days and he's not inspired. Do you see yourself as a moody player?
I see myself. It's more or less depends on my mood and also the energy.
Mood and energy.
Yeah. Because in first days I was simply lack of sleep, and every day I slept almost like 5-6 hours, and
only,
and doing simply not enough, and doing game out. I blundered something. I mean, almost every game.
Yeah, because this is what you said this morning, that finally you were getting over your jet lag. So this is what we can see what happens when you get over your jet lag. And now you have to go back again.
That's a pity because I just get used of it. I mean,
you just warmed up.
Yeah.
Gotten used to got over your jet lag.
Why maybe you should come a little bit earlier next time? Is that possible for you to come a few days earlier to adjust?
I think next time it might be possible because this time it wasn't. I had some classes had to go for. I mean, maybe you can after 1 year. It's almost finished, and so maybe then I have some time for rest and to enjoy the beautiful country.
Yes, because you're a student, you have obligations actually.
Yes, and but this year I already don't have many classes, but still, still I mean, I had to follow.
So that's possible to combine studies with being a professional at this level?
I mean, from my training, you cannot say that I'm like a professional player, but somehow I just managed to play well, but I don't know.
You don't see yourself as a professional player?
But I mean, almost, someday I train 1 hour, 2 hours maximum, but maybe someday I just don't train at all and go for study or entertainment and somewhere.
Yeah, so one day it's 2 hours, one day it's 3 hours, one day it's 0 hours, depending on your mood.
I think not depends on my mood, just
because you
a lot of things I have to do.
Yeah, and you're interested in many other things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a serious handicap. You're too curious about the world around you. You want to meet new people. You do your studies. Right now you're specializing in advertising. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, do you think that here the tournament was well advertised?
I believe in general it is well advertised.
Yeah.
I mean, from the start, I saw the airport and with a poster and on the wall and with the cars, and it's well publicity.
Yeah, this is true. Well, we didn't mention this, but when you arrive at Stavanger Airport these past 2 weeks, then first when you collect your luggage, there's all the players hanging there. And then when you come out into the main hall, there is a huge photo of Magnus Carlsen. There simply wasn't room for any of the other players, I feel. And but that, you arrive and you know there's a chess tournament going on here. So that was very well done.
Yeah, and I mean to compare with some national tournaments, I mean also include that one sport a crowd is a very strong rapid and blitz tournament in China every year, and did not make anything for publicity. No.
Yeah, you're going for for one of those strong tournaments, and then in fact nobody knows that it's taking place there. Yeah. No, that's definitely not what happened here. I mean, we had these wonderful cars and lots of advertising, starting from the airport till here. This is not bad. This concert hall.
I think it's just excellent.
Yeah, just excellent. That's true. It's. I was almost going to say. Do you know that in our hotel last week that Sinead O'Connor was staying there? You know her, the singer from Ireland. Mm-hmm. And then immediately when somebody told me that, and I was thinking of her song, "There's Nothing Compares to You," and then I thought, well, there's something unique in this tournament, don't you think?
Exactly.
Yeah. So maybe next time they can use that song as for their advertising.
Yes, if I'll be invited again. I mean.
Yes, you wouldn't mind.
Of course, I wouldn't.
No, because as you pointed out quite early on in the tournament, you love the fish here and the fresh air.
Yeah, and means actually, especially I love that island.
Yeah.
That island for the round 7.
When we went to the island.
Yeah.
That's true, and you didn't mind that you had to get up a bit earlier.
No. It's okay.
That definitely was spectacular. So, thank you very much, Wang Hao. I mean, what a finish.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. So what are you going to do to celebrate?
I don't know. Probably just go back and enjoy some Chinese food.
Some Chinese food?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. You're not going to the closing banquet?
I don't know.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I mean, after
I hope you can.
back to China.
Oh, but when you go back to China, then
yeah.
that's Chinese food again. yeah. That's great. Well, and of course tomorrow will feel empty. I mean, what to do? You beat the world's #1, you beat the world champion. Well, maybe you should take a day off tomorrow.
Exactly, and I think most of the time I'll be in the play.
Yeah, and reading, sleeping.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Just relax and well.
Great.
I mean, finally I managed to back to 50%. That's very important.
That's also important. Yeah, you won 3 games, you lost 3 games.
Yeah,
that's 50%. And probably with the football scoring system, you would have done even better here. Because that's your specialty after all.
Somehow, because I thought sometimes I can play very solidly, but sometimes just if I try to play some impressive things with a bad shape, and then I can blunder everywhere, and no.
Yeah. So but 50%. That sounds more boring than it was, because there were 3 losses, but there were 3 wins as well, and 2 of them against the 2 players who are going to play the World Championship match. So in November, when you're watching that, you say, yeah, that's very interesting that they're playing that, but I know those guys.
I don't know if I can join. I mean, one of them for the team. I don't know. It's also possible, I believe.
You think they still want to have you on your team?
I don't know.
Well, not such a bad idea. After all, you've been on Levin Aronian's team. You enjoyed that?
But actually,
that was more a training session.
Yeah, it was just the training section.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
A spectacular achievement. And we're going to watch this one game that is still going on. Which, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's slightly better, but it's difficult to find what is his plan now, because Black will just play Queen B5, Queen B7, and try to stay, because when this Rook B3 Rook is very annoying for White, and it's difficult to make a plan for him.
Yeah, that's a problem for
Karjakin. Also this D5 is very weak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
but I think anyway, I mean, Karjakin will win the tournament.
He's not going to lose this position.
No, of course not.
Good. Well, that's good news for all of Sergei Karjakin's fans. He's not going to lose this position, which would mean that he wins the tournament. So now it's high time. I'm going to read out yesterday's quiz, today's quiz. We're behind schedule. Thank you very much, Wang Hao, for joining us, and have a safe flight back to China.
Thank you very much.
And lots of success in your chess career and your studies.
Thanks a lot.
A pleasure. So, yeah, you can stay or whatever it is, because I'm. Shall I do the quiz now, Simon? Because, or you want to say something about the position?
I'm just wondering. No, you can do the quiz. That's okay.
Good,
Because
because
you want to.
well, I'm almost 1 hour behind. I'm going to get
All right.
complaints from. There are viewers who like this a lot. Some of them have been sending answers every day. So let's first give the answer to yesterday's quiz, which started as follows. Norway Chess 2013 is the first super tournament on Norwegian soil. And Norway seems to enjoy a chess boom with further top-level events coming up soon. So this summer there will be the World Cup in Tromsø. Next year there will be the Olympiad in Tromsø, and hopefully there will be another Norway chess tournament. And this takes us to the question. This was yesterday's question. In which year was the Norwegian Chess Federation founded? Any idea? No. Well, there were various answers. Most of them, they were correct. Some people I think there was some confusion with 1926. I think there was something happening there as well in that year.
19 what?
26.
I don't know.
1899 was mentioned, but I think that was the Nordic Chess Federation, which is something different. And, well, one of the answers was, well, just a wild guess, 1952. Well, that is not true. The answer is the Norwegian Chess Federation was founded in 1914. And so that means that next year it celebrates its centenary in 2014. And as we learned yesterday, because both the Norwegian Chess Federation will celebrate its centenary, and Norway will celebrate the second centenary of the Constitution in 1814, there is a very, very good reason to have the Olympiad in Tromsø. You're going there to the Olympiad in Tromsø?
You mean
Next year?
I don't know. Not sure.
You have to see if you're on the Chinese team, but you wouldn't mind.
I'm not sure about that. It's still a question because next year I have the graduation and I don't know if it's the right time or not.
Okay. So that depends on your time.
Yeah.
The winner is Mark Schneider from Los Altos Hills in California, USA. So Mark Schneider, he wins a 1-year subscription to New in Chess. Congratulations, Mark Schneider. And that takes us to today's question, which again, well, after all, we're here at Norway Chess, so it has a Norwegian angle again. And so the question is, well, most likely Norway Chess 2013 would not have been possible without the successes of Magnus Carlsen. And with the further top tournaments that I just mentioned coming up, Norway is hoping to see further talents. And that hope doesn't seem to be an idle one, as during the last round of the candidates tournament in London, Magnus Carlsen proudly announced that a young Norwegian had scored his first Grandmaster norm. And in fact, just like Magnus, he did that before scoring even one IM norm. So the question of today is, what is the name of that young Norwegian and how old is he? What is the name of the young Norwegian who recently scored his first Grandmaster norm and how old is he? And you can send the answers to quiz@norwaychess.com. So quiz, as it is written, quiz@norwaychess.com. And the winner will win a 1-year subscription to New in Chess. So that was that, and as said, the 1-year subscription to New in Chess for yesterday's quiz was won by Mark Schneider, Los Altos Hills, California, USA. Seaman, that was my quiz.
Good.
I'm done.
I like that, yes.
So, you know the...
Like the Norwegian angle at the end there.
Yeah, I thought now that we were in Norway. Oh, well, they
There
won't...
actually is another Norwegian who has taken a GM norm, and he's only 13 years old. And who is that? That's the quiz, isn't it?
Well, the second part of the question was how old he was. But, okay. Okay, doesn't matter. We want to find out how old this young boy was and what his name is, or the other way around. So let's talk about something else. Seaman?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us, what is the...
I was very tempted to say the answer yesterday too, because I knew it, and I was so glad that I actually knew the answer to one of your quizzes.
Yeah.
I was just about to scream it out right away.
Okay. Good. So, what do you think? Will they play on for some time, or?
It's not so clear actually, because this D5 pawn has first, in talking about Sergei Karjakin Western Topalov game.
Yeah.
The thing is that the D5 pawn has become quite weak.
Yeah, but I don't think, I mean, black can really capture this pawn by rook BB5, because if we change everything and knight B6 coming and A4 pawn will fall, it's very, I mean, black need to be very cautious.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, I think that
It's
black is totally fine, maybe.
What is white to do against rook BB5?
No, I believe it's just like this.
Rook B5?
Rook B5, and maybe just queen somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take, I don't know what will happen. What will happen? I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure that I believe that black. I believe that white is good here.
This might be interesting. What about rook D1 then and D5?
Yeah, of course. But it's very risky. I mean, for example, I just take this. You play king D6. I don't know. Probably. E4, then I probably can take on D5 either. I'm not sure who's better. So
the fight is not over. It can go both ways, can't it?
Oh, I need to make some precise moves. Play E4.
Mm-hmm.
If I check on here, king. I don't know where.
King D6.
Pretty unclear. King E5. Knight C8, King E5, with E7, take. No, it was clear that Topalov was playing for a win from the start. Otherwise, he wouldn't be that risky to place such a line.
But was it necessary to sacrifice a pawn if black was playing for a win? Because it makes no sense for white to playing for a win. Karjakin should be happy with a draw. A few moves back there, he sacrificed the pawn.
No, I believe it was kind of forced.
Black had to sacrifice the pawn.
Yes, I believe this position is already, I mean, it's like something deadlock. And just, no, because maybe white thought it's time to play for some. Because it's just hung up and he didn't see any threats. He continued plays, of course. Now this coming. No, he played rook d4. Rook b5. Oh, I mean, if black plays something like king b5, it looks very drawish because white has no plan here.
Unless he can take on g5 and play f6.
Yeah, it looks very Oh, maybe rook b5. I have such ideas. I don't think so. Rook d5. Oh, I believe it's just something like this. There will be. Oh, here I play something else. Move my rook somewhere. If this, rook c5, take 2. Or even this one? This looks very strange. Okay, maybe I just click king, c2.
Queen A. Well, it's not really Queen A because it's a bit passive. But take on D5.
I'm not sure what happened here. It's a strange position. No, but maybe take maybe this. Very tricky. King c5. No, but maybe it's just a pawn.
Because after D5,
Knight takes on e5.
knight takes on E5.
Yes.
That's maybe important.
No, but during the game it's very difficult to make any judgment, for both sides. Although might be drawish.
Topalov is running out of time. Has he got this half an hour extra after move 40?
Yeah, they've reached the time control. So maybe this is a good moment to have a brief break and see if we can catch some further guests. Simon, what do you think?
Yes. I think Black is the one who's trying to win here because if there's no reason for Karjakin not to just say a draw. It's more than enough for him.
Yeah. So let's see if Black makes any progress or if they will decide on the
Yeah,
draw.
it's very interesting that computer says that white is better, but actually white does not have any plan to do.
Yeah.
They are simply out of moves.
Good. We'll take a brief break and we will return to have a look at the last game that is still going on in Norway Chess 2013, and it's not the least important game as it is the game that the leader in the tournament, Sergei Karjakin, is playing, and he needs a draw to win the tournament alone. So stay with us, we'll be back soon.